Well, welcome back into my kitchen. Now make sure you kick those shoes off, right? Because it's barefoot country cooking. You ever wanted to put your husband to shame? You know how they are with the grill and the ribs, how they do them so wonderful? You want to beat them? Do this. I took some not chops, I'm sorry, these are ribs. And what I'm doing is I'm searing in the flavor of the pork on the rib. You can do beef ribs too. In a skillet. So you can hear them sizzle, right? You take your ribs, put just a tiny bit of olive oil in the bottom of your skillet, and you just brown them real nice and light on both sides. And they're gonna, so they kind of look like this. See that nice little bit of golden brown, right? Both sides got a little bit. Okay. Preheat your oven to only 300 degrees. Sometimes I do it 250, depends on how long I'm gonna cook them. Low temperature, right? You slow cook on these ribs, sweetheart. Slow cooking them. That's the beauty of it. So you sear them. This is called searing them in the skillet. Pick out your favorite barbecue sauce. You can make up homemade, which I did one night, and you couldn't believe I made it homemade. But this is a regular, original kind of barbecue sauce. And you cover them. That was about a cup and a half, maybe 2 cups. I usually use about a cup to a cup and a half. Now it's before your skillet starts to cool down too much because you just poured some sauce on there. Aluminum foil. Now, do you know the secret of aluminum foil? Well, this is a secret. If you put anything towards the shiny side, whatever that temperature is, that's what it's going to reflect back. So if I want something to stay hot, I want the shiny side to be facing where the heat's coming from. If I want to keep it cold, I do the opposite. So we're going to put the shiny side of your aluminum foil on top of the skillet, but be careful because the pot is hot, right? So we're just going to gingerly do that with the use of a nice little towel. This helps in the slow cooking process. Put that on there. I've had my oven heated up for a while. Please don't burn yourselves on a skillet. That's the only thing. I don't have one of those holders you put on the handle to keep your hand from getting hot or burnt. And pop it in the oven. That's all you do. Then you wait for about an hour and a half. You're going to check and see. You'll be able to tell if they're going to fall off. As soon as you take these little tongs right here, you try to lift it up, and that starts falling out from underneath, they're done. But 300, 1.5 to 2.5 hours, depending on how thick or how meaty your ribs are. And when you serve these things, hon, your husband's gonna be, you know how his come out dry sometimes on the grill? Yeah, the taste is great, you know, put sauce on, but they're dry. Don't you just love nice, moist, juicy ribs for a change? These are nice, moist, juicy ribs, and they fall off the bone, melt in your mouth. Trust me, try it out. And when you do, you better leave me a comment. Tell me how great yours came out, because it's wonderful. I got some red skin potatoes that I'm going to cook when they're about done. About 30 minutes when they're done. Yeah, I'll have the potatoes cooked. And we're going to have garlic butter potatoes to go with it. And some refried black beans maybe. I don't know. Haven't decided. But ribs, pre-seared in your skillet on top of the stove. Tablespoon of olive oil, just so they don't stick. Put your sauce on top, your barbecue sauce on top. Aluminum foil, shiny side facing the meat, because the dull side is going to draw the heat into it. And because it's covered, the steam builds up in there and the juices flow, and it all just like, that's why it's so tender when it comes out. And then you're going to wait an hour and a half to 2.5 hours. Like I said, it depends on how meaty they are. It's not like by pound or anything. But These are the best ribs you will ever have, I promise. Because you're choosing the sauce and you're making it fall off the bone by the way you cook it, country style, in your bare feet. So, when you do make these ribs, I would love to hear how they turned out. And if you're going to make them, let me know. Say, hey, I'm going to try that. There's so many things you can do with a skillet that I didn't know before, and this is one of them. And this is the only way I cook them now. The only way. They're not dry or anything. So leave me a comment. Tell me what you're going to do if you're going to do it. You're going to make them say, hey, yeah, I'm going to try that. Or it's like, those really look good. Just comment something. And hey, share this video. Somebody else likes ribs. I don't know anybody in the South that doesn't like ribs, do you? I haven't met one yet. I'm not from here and I like them. And then of course, hey, hit the like button at least. I mean, you gotta like what you saw, right? If you didn't, tell me you didn't like it. That's a comment. Hey, come on guys, subscribe. Because you know what? There ain't nothing more fun than cooking in the kitchen, barefoot, country style. So come on in my kitchen, kick your shoes off. Let's do some cooking.